Hey guys, it's Andre here from Silverhouse. Today is Wednesday, January 9th. I just thought I would hop on and do a quick live stream on adding agent branding to a video tour. So my client, he's a very skilled agent. He actually makes his own motion graphics with his name, the sales agent's name, the logo, phone number, and they have that animated in, which is pretty neat. And they also film their own agent introduction videos, which I find awesome. Not a lot of agents do them. So there you have your lower third graphics. And then we transition over to a watermark from their team that stays on the video for its entirety. And then towards the end, we kind of fade off and trail off to black. So I just want to show you quickly how I set up their agent branding, even though the agent themselves has created the branding this time. I'll just go over what I kind of do to put it over into the MLS video. So you might see me pop over to the actual live stream. I just want to make sure everything's working. Cool, that looks like it's working. There's 2 people watching. Okay, great. Actually, I'm going to pop out the chat window. And let me know in the comments or in the chat room box if my audio is too loud or too quiet or whatever it might be. And I'll check back into the chat every once in a while. So I have headphones on, so you're not going to hear the audio or the music. But basically, this is the video tour that we edited for this client. I just finished editing the other day. You might have seen we posted a video in on YouTube. Oh, sorry, a photo on YouTube. So yeah, this video is one that we'd use for MLS. It has no agent branding on it because up here in Canada, and I'm pretty sure in the US as well, I'm not sure, you're not allowed to have the agent's branding on the marketing materials, but you are allowed to have it on the video that they're using on their own social media platforms, their own YouTube, their own Instagram, etc. So that's the video tour. We're about 2 minutes here. It's all edited. It's all colored. So what we're going to do is add their branding to it. So first off, I've already created their branding multiple times for past videos. So what I'm going to do is just do a quick import of their branding elements. Sorry, what I'm going to actually do is import a past project that I have saved here. So I just made like under the client's name, I have the properties we've done for them. Then I have a folder called branding. Then I saved a previous project file here along with the branding elements that they've made and just a sample project so I can always go back to see what the branding looks like and that it matches up. So we'll import that project, the whole project, even though we don't need it, most of it. I'm going to mark everything offline. We don't need any of that. All we really need is that logo. So I'm going to pop open. I'm going to pop open my past branded project file just to show you how it was laid out. Because every agent we deal with has their own style of how they want things laid out in terms of their branding. So for this particular client, if you can see there, we have their music track on the bottom. This is the video footage on top. Here's their agent introduction, which they record themselves, and they just Dropbox us a MOV file, so we can just drop it in, and we put a cross-dissolve transition, and then we throw on their logo on the top, fade it on, fade it off. So it kind of fades on at about 8 seconds, trails off at the end. So we'll get started here. So we're just going to locate this file. And link the media. There we go. So you can see it's right there. Even though the footage is offline, I don't really need the footage. You can actually probably lock that layer. So all I'm going to do is copy that. Paste it into our new layer. Oops. What's happening? I'm going to throw it up on the second layer here. Just roughly lay it out so I know where things are. So things are in place, and then I'll do some finessing after. Hey guys, I see there's 5 people viewing. Thanks for joining in. If you have a question or anything, just use the chat room box and I'll check in on it every once in a while. So I'm going to close that. I'm just going to leave the previous project there for now. What I'm going to do is get their agent intro that they sent me that I downloaded here. And we're working on Leaderman. So here's the intro that the clients recorded themselves. I know you can't hear the audio because I have headphones on. Okay, so he's just describing the property and everything it has to offer. So I'm just going to pop that file in here, pop this other file into that other property that I have to edit today. Delete that, clean up a bit. I'm deleting these two. Well, I'll do that after. So here's your intro file. This is our MLS video. I'm going to take their intro, import it into Premiere, drag the rest of that over, pop that down here. I have the audio on mute right now. But what we want to do is line up the watermark with, we'll time it to where that ends. So it's about there. Drag that over. I'm going to listen to the audio to see when it trails off because I'm going to put a transition in between the intro and the property video, the start of the property video. So I'm going to cut that back a bit so I can add the intro. That didn't work. Sorry, I was going to cut the video clip back a bit so I can transition into the first clip of the property. So actually, I want my audio to kind of fade in as he's talking. So underneath him speaking, I want my audio to start to fade in. So I'm gonna just drag the audio, the music clip, to the second layer. I'm gonna snap that to his intro. I'm gonna throw in a cross dissolve. So it says new frames need to be analyzed because my warp stabilizer was on the first clip, so I'll just click that quickly. It's because I extended the clip. It needs to analyze it. So I'll change my out points here quickly for my render. So that's stabilized. So I'm going to take my headphones off so you can hear the audio.
2.5 bathrooms. My favorite part is the neighborhood. You can walk to schools, parks, and plazas. You're going to love it. Welcome home to 336 Lederman Drive.
Okay, so that's that. So the footage isn't that choppy. It's just because I'm live streaming. We have warp stabilizer on. I've colored it. But when I'm not live streaming, the footage plays quite smooth. So that's about it for the branding. And then we're going to make sure that the end of the branding, sorry, that's not it. We're going to make sure the end of the branding lines up with the end of the video. I'm going to drag this keyframe over a bit. I'm going to extend the previous the rest of the watermark over just so it lines up. So I thought it was smart. I thought I was going to be able to cut the end off there and then drag it to line up at the end, then extend the rest of the watermark just to match this. But apparently it saved my in and out points, so I'm going to delete those. And as our video comes to an end here, the watermark should fade off as well. Okay, so again, it's not normally that choppy. It's just because I have a lot going on in my computer, and my computer's a little old. But that's more or less it. I'm going to render this out, send it off to the client, and hopefully everything's good to go. If anybody has any questions, feel free to ask. Oh, there's one person. Yeah, I mean, that is sort of a loaded question. I'll switch over. Stop sharing my screen. So how do I acquire clients? I mean, we've been in business for 12 years. We don't do a ton of sales or marketing. We're a pretty small shop. So a lot of our business is from is repeat clients, referrals, and leads we get off of social media, mainly Instagram, YouTube, Vimeo. People that have seen our work and that have a property to list, and they want our style of video and photos. The best way, I mean, if you're in a new market, we're in Toronto. Toronto's saturated with a ton of realtors, like maybe 40,000 realtors, but only a percentage of them do the majority of the work. So I don't know, what I would do is maybe approach those, maybe the 10% of your top agents in your city and offer them free shoots. Show them what you can do. That's probably the best way and easiest way to break in. Yeah, I mean, we started so long ago. I started in 2007. So at that point, we put a couple YouTube videos on, property videos on YouTube, shopped it around to a couple real estate agents. At that time, we were burning them to DVDs as well. And not to say that video for real estate was a new thing, but it was fairly new to YouTube. and to produce the videos at a cheap enough rate made sense, because SLRs had just really broken some ground in 2000, I don't know, 5, 6, 7, producing 1080p footage. So the cost to produce the videos was cheaper, making this whole business of videos for real estate possible. All right, guys, I'm out. If there's any other questions, just shoot us an email, info@silverhousehd.com, and I'll try to be on with another live stream pretty soon. I mean, if there's any topics you want covered, just hit us up in the comments on our YouTube page under the community panel. I'll just quickly show you where that is in case you don't know. Actually, you know what? I think it's different on the viewer side than on my side. So we'll just end it there. Okay, thanks, guys.